Kallie Covington, and I am presenting on the article Accounting for English, which tells the story of Kim Emigh. Kim Emigh is one of the whistleblowers involved in the case against WorldCom. I will relate his story to the 7 steps on how to blow the whistle, which is suggested in the book Managing Business Ethics, written by Linda K. Trevino and Catherine A. Nelson. The first step suggested by Trevino and Nelson is to approach your immediate manager. Kim Emigh did this when he approached his immediate manager about vendor contracts when he was the team leader for a new budget system. The vendor who was contracted for this new budget system would often send large bills for products that were not being delivered, and in one case included a local bartender as on their payroll as an off-site contractor. When Emigh approached his direct managers about this, they said that they would take care of the matter and that he should stay out of it. The second step suggested by Trevino and Nelson is to discuss the issue with your family. This is an important step since the family can be directly affected by the choice to blow the whistle in the workplace. Kim Emigh did so when he informed his wife, "This is going to be bad, but I have a responsibility to the shareholders and to myself." The third step that is suggested by Trevino and Nelson is to take the matter to the next level of management. Kim Emigh's attempts to resolve the issue with his direct management were unsuccessful. His direct management continued to instruct him to commit unethical and potentially fraudulent actions. In the case of the new budget system, several of his bosses were aware and involved with the unethical vendor. This made going to the next level of management very difficult since they were already aware of the situation. The fourth step suggested by Trevino and Nelson is to contact your company's ethics officer. In the article, it does not mention an ethics officer that was in place at WorldCom. I believe at this time, many large companies still did not have an ethics officer in place. I would hope that if this option had been available to Kim Emigh, that he would have sought it out. The fifth step suggested by Trevino and Nelson is to consider going outside the chain of command. Kim Emigh demonstrated this when he emailed Sue Dean, an assistant to one of WorldCom's chief officers. He emailed Sue Dean concerning capital expenditures that were being recorded as expenses. He had already expressed his concerns about this practice to his direct management, and his direct management had instructed him to continue implementing it. The sixth step that is suggested by Trevino and Nelson is to go outside the company. Kim Emigh did not seek outside help while still inside the company. He was laid off before this action was taken into effect. But however, when he was outside of the company, he did seek help from attorneys and other outside sources in how he should proceed with his actions against WorldCom, and it may have been an eventual effort he would have taken if he had not been laid off at WorldCom. The final step suggested by Trevino and Nelson is to leave the company. Kim Emigh ultimately did not have a choice in whether or not to leave the company since he was involuntarily laid off. However, he may have later chosen to leave the company anyways because of the widespread corruption at WorldCom. Kim Emigh knew that he needed to remain ethical and was willing to take the necessary steps to remain ethical. He may have not directly followed these 7 steps outlined by Trevino and Nelson, but he is a great example of how they can be implemented. Thank you for your time.